So the experts at Davos and the donor class whisperers in Silicon Valley say that we must simply fling open the H1B gates because, bless their little enlightened souls, Americans are apparently too dim to code a spreadsheet or wire a circuit board. They are wrong. Dead, catastrophically, constitutionally wrong. President Trump was the lion who roared us back to sovereignty in 2024. Well, he may have just handed the keys to the kingdom to the very globalist puppeteers that we voted him in to chain. In a Fox interview with Laura Ingraham that aired like a gut shot on November 12, 2025, Trump defended expanding the H1B visas, those infamous temporary passes for specialty occupations, by claiming that the U.S. lacks certain talents to fill tech and engineering jobs domestically. So let's dismantle this farce before your child's inheritance becomes a subsidiary of Bangladesh. So we are barely into Trump's second term, and the fault lines are cracking wide within the base. On one side, America First Purists, the heartland warriors who stormed the polls for walls, for tariffs, Buy American, roaring against any whiff of foreign labor dilution. On the other hand, the tech titan allies like Elon Musk and Vivek pushing for H1B expansions to fuel innovation, as if the U.S. hasn't innovated its way to the moon without importing half of Asia's coders. Trump's November 12th pivot from September's $100,000 fee on new petitions to curb abuse to now defending the program, well, that's ignited a bit of a MAGA meltdown. Marjorie Taylor Greene floats a bill to end H1Bs entirely, calling it a mass replacement scheme. Meanwhile, Elon Musk vows war for more visas. This isn't a fringe argument. It's fracturing the party's core, pitting economic nationalists against fusionist free marketers, and threatening the 2026 midterms if left unresolved. So how does it affect your wallet? Your wallet's already hemorrhaging. H1Bs suppress wages traditionally by 5 to 10% in the tech hubs, while allowing rents to spike 15% faster. How does your gut feel? Probably betrayed, because we didn't elect a globalist in MAGA clothing. So let's dismantle this H1B hemorrhage and tie it to your ledger and safeguard your progeny, because liberty is not an abstract. It's the deed to your home and the diploma in your kid's hand. So in Article 1, Section 8, the Congress shall have the power to establish the uniform rule of naturalization. Not the executive branch, not the Chamber of Commerce, and certainly not Elon Musk moonlighting as an immigration czar. The founders, fresh from repelling British mercantilism, vested this soul in the people's representatives to prevent precisely this, a labor flood that drowns the sovereign citizen. Yet here we are, 237 years later, with H1Bs capped at 85,000 new issuances annually, plus 20,000 for master's holders. But now it's ballooned into 500,000 plus renewals and an opt-in and extension. That's no temporary fix. It's personal peonage. So this debate's epicenter pits Trump's allies like Musk and Vivek, who argue that H1Bs are additive, fueling innovation without displacing natives. Musk rants, the fight over H1B is so insane. Vivek echoes, America needs more engineers. So if H1Bs are such genius multipliers, why does Harvard's own review show that they crater median tech pay by 5 to 10%? And Zillow concurs. Rents in visa-saturated zones outpace national hikes by 15% since 2020. This has turned the cul-de-sac into a crash pad for the imported underclass. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Marjorie Taylor Greene just yesterday introduced a bill to phase out H1Bs entirely, labeling it as a replacement program. So the rift that we're in presently echoes from 2016, with Trump's promise to curb H1Bs. Well, we're now clashing with his tech cabinet and the PayPal mafia. Again, how does this affect your wallet? The Economic Policy Institute clocks H1B abuse by displacing 1 million American jobs yearly. This siphons $95 billion in suppressed wages annually. That's a huge hit. Just to give one example, Disney had a 2015 purge of their American skilled employees. By displacing 250 U.S. animators, they were pink-slipped. They actually were forced to train their visa understudies, all while placed under NDA gag orders. And how does this program affect your kids? The STEM program enrollment have surged. 2.5 million U.S. grads since 2015. Yet entry barriers lock them out. 70% of Silicon Valley engineering roles are going to visa-held H1Bs. So what about Trump's September H1B fee hike that he proposed against companies using the program? Well, that was just a $100,000 Band-Aid on a fiscal guillotine, but also a threat that is yet to take root. And interestingly, Vice President J.D. Vance once railed against H1Bs as indentured servants in Hillbilly Elegy, his now famous book. But presently, Vance is now navigating the administration's tech tilt with the tech bros who are now surrounding the White House. So we really need to take a step back and expand our lens. The founders envisioned immigration as assimilation, not economic arbitrage. The H-1B program was born from the 1990s Immigration Act and was meant for specialty shortages, not wholesale wage wars like it's become. So we now have the Republican Party who's presently soul-searching on a topic that drives at the heart of the America First movement. And again, this debate's not abstract. This is your son's apprenticeship that was just denied for a visa slot, or your daughter's nursing training that was undercut by imported labor. This H-1B hullabaloo isn't a glitch. It's the donor class that's trying to write another check on your future. Unfortunately, that check is cashed at the first bank of betrayal. So we all know Trump is a colossus, and he's done more in his first 12 months than many have before him in their whole term. The border walls are rising, cartels are crumbling, but whisperers like Musk and Ramaswamy are the Icaruses. Their wings are melting in the Davos sun. So the H-1B program is not a nativism argument. It's Newtonian. For every visa action, there's an American reaction. And many now within that MAGA platform that we all love and share, we feel like some of this has left us. But I would argue that's not so. This is our opportunity to stand for the future of our children and for the American dream that each one of us share. Is the Republic dead, and has Trump lost the rudder on the MAGA and America First streamliner? I would argue no. He's looking for the response from his base and will make his next chess move accordingly. It's not a foregone conclusion that the tech bros will win the H-1B fight. I feel strongly that Trump has never let us down, and he will not here. He's letting the lines for this argument be drawn and will act once his base tells him where to go. In the art of the deal, you always let the other side tell you where their line in the sand is. And this is exactly where we are with Trump on H-1Bs. So comment below. Is the H-1B a boon for our future, or a betrayal to the America First principles and our voting base? Don't be shy. Let me know how you land on this critical topic. And if you like content like this, please be sure to like this video and to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your attention to this matter.